Okay. I have two updates for you. The first is one on Hurricane Ida, which is lengthy. I'm just going to give you in advance, but hopefully we'll share a number of helpful details with all of you. Today, as you just saw, the President and his Homeland Security team continue to monitor the impacts of Hurricane Ida, something that he was monitoring through the course of the weekend. This was an extremely large and powerful hurricane, and as expected, early reports suggest catastrophic damage in a number of areas along the Gulf Coast. And while Ida has now been downgraded to a tropical storm, it is going to continue to inflict damage as it moves across the state of Mississippi today and into the Tennessee Valley tomorrow. This will be a lengthy whole of government and whole of community response and recovery effort. And we are closely coordinating with state and local officials at every step of the way. Today, as damage assessments and response efforts begin in the Gulf Coast where conditions allow on the ground, we understand that responders are focused on the following immediate priorities: search and rescue operations and medical evacuations for those in distress, accelerating efforts to restore electrical power in Louisiana and Mississippi, where latest counts suggest that more than 1 million customers are without electricity, restoring communications where they are down, and providing emergency food, water, and shelter to those in need. In parts of Louisiana, including New Orleans, energy companies have reported catastrophic damage to their transmission systems, and we don't yet know how long this will take for the local utilities to repair, but clearly that's a big priority for everyone involved. It could be weeks to get everything fully back up and running. Administration officials are also engaged directly with electricity sector leadership to help ensure all available resources are being brought to bear to restore power as quickly as possible. As you all saw, the President just spoke with governors and mayors from impacted communities, and he was at FEMA's National Response Coordination Center yesterday to receive the latest updates on the response operations and to thank the hardworking staff who are working around the clock to support state and local response efforts. The President also approved, you may have seen this, but last night an emergency major declaration for Louisiana, which allows individuals in the impacted areas to apply for assistance. He also approved a pre-disaster emergency declaration for Mississippi to authorize emergency preparation and protective measures and direct federal assistance. I just want to give you a quick overview, too, of the federal resources that are supporting state and local efforts as of now, and many of which were pre-positioned before the storm. FEMA is working with its federal, state, and local partners, as well as non-governmental agencies, to support needs of areas affected by Ida. The agency positions supplies such as meals, water, and generators to assist states with impacts from the storm. More than 3,600 FEMA employees are deployed to Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas, and are ready to provide additional support as needed. FEMA has staged more than 3.4 million meals, millions of liters of water, more than 35,700 tarps, and roughly 200 generators. Hundreds of additional ambulances and air ambulances have also been moved into the area. 7 FEMA Incident Management Assistance Teams, IMATs, and 17 Urban Search and Rescue Teams have been activated, along with debris subject matter experts. The Department of Health and Human Services is deploying a 250-bed federal medical shelter to Alexandria, Louisiana, and the U.S. Coast Guard has 27 rotary or fixed-wing aircraft, and the Department of Defense has 60 high-water vehicles and 14 rotary-wing aircraft pre-positioned to assist with rescue efforts. Shelters are open in affected areas throughout the Gulf Coast, across the impacted states, and they're implementing steps to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The National Guard has also activated more than 5,200 personnel in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Alabama to support response efforts. And finally, the Army Corps of Engineers has activated planning and response teams for debris, temporary roofing, and temporary housing. Again, we are working closely with state and local officials. Even though the storm has been downgraded to a tropical storm, damaging wind gusts continue to be a threat, which will likely result in additional downed trees and power outages as the storm moves northeast. And Ida will continue to produce heavy rainfall, life-threatening flash and urban flooding, and tornadoes remain a threat. Finally, our Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, and FEMA Administrator Dan Criswell will travel to Baton Rouge on Tuesday morning and will meet with the governor to survey damage. The FEMA Administrator will also travel to Jackson, Mississippi that evening, and on Wednesday she will meet with the governor and tour the damage.